Welcome to Skilled FX Academy YouTube channel. This is the place where we get our analysis, our focused correctly each and every time that we have done such videos where we focused not only for weeklies or monthlies like I'm doing in these videos. Ah man, God has just given us the grace. Like we get it right on point each and every time we do this kind of videos, but not to brag, man. It is more of an educational video where we focused actual life markets. Now, in this video, I want you to join me as we study and focus what exactly is going to happen on three pairs, as you've seen on the thumbnail of this video. We're going to be on DXY, we're going to be on gold under the commodities, and we're going to be on NASDAQ under indexes. Okay, I wish maybe I could go to crypto. We will do crypto as well. We will do Bitcoin where we see Bitcoin. So just taking one of each of these sections that I've done in terms of my watch list. Now let's get started. I want to start on DXY, then I'll move to gold, NASDAQ, then I'll end with Bitcoin. And I want you not just to sort of watch and spectate or just be a spectator, but I want you to engage in the comment section. Tell me what you see, not your opinion. Tell me what you see the market is saying based off a market that you've analyzed, one of the pairs or a correlating pair. So if I'm analyzing the dollar, you're gonna go ahead and maybe you've analyzed USD JPY. Tell me what you see. Okay, let's get in straight into it without wasting any further time. Now, I'm on the weekly time frame over here because uh, we're looking at four candlesticks that are going to be taking place for this month, right? Starting off as of this week, I am filming this on the very first of September. So, in fact, the last few months left, and I just want to lock in. Okay, now I just want to show you something here. We did have that supply that is quite clear. I do, or I will be analyzing those who are first time watching us. I will be analyzing from the lens of smart money. Okay, so we can clearly see the last lower high over there that was created by this market on DXY. We gained or we had a supply. That supply was mitigated by just a spike. We also had a nice break of structure that we can also highlight. There we go. So it's not just us getting this, focus accurate, but it's also you creating or having an understanding on from what we're doing. Now, the next lower low that has to be taken out is this one. Why am I showing you a break of structure? Why am I showing you a supply? We can also see a previous break of structure when the market actually took it when it was creating this lower high. It took it. Okay, in fact, it actually took it from here and it created another one. It's simply validating the trend to us. So it has not proven itself to say it is bullish. Therefore, we can only assume in what the market is telling us that the next four candles that come out for this month, we're going to be seeing the market selling. Okay, so for the dollar index, that would mean that I'm expecting the dollar to weaken further for the month of September. Now we can further investigate this on the daily time frame where we have a little bit of more structure, where it tells a little bit more, where we can say, okay, we can see that they actually did take that diagonal liquidity that the market had when it mitigated the supply. We can see again other smaller nitty-gritties that we did have a smaller supply here that the market used to in order to sell. But in terms of prediction, we're not trying to dwell much on that. Now for this, it's about 20 candlesticks. So we already have one now. So that means 19 candlesticks left because each week 5 days. Because as I'm doing this video, it's a Labor Day in the USA, so it's a holiday. But the next candlesticks, I'm expecting them to be bearish. Now, not necessarily that a lot of people trade DXY, but if you're going to use the power of correlation over here, we can see that a lot of traders may be looking at the so-called demand zone over here. But based off the power of the trend or the order flow here that I'm seeing, in terms of, although yes, we can go into the numbers of the order flow, but in terms of what I'm seeing here, in terms of the major trend, is that we can expect DXY to actually continue to sell even further. So probably yes, not selling all the way unless we're having a lot of momentum coming in over there. And in fact, we do have a nice head and shoulder pattern for those who have already seen it. We have shoulder, head, and then we got the other shoulder that has created. So making this pivot point here, this breakout, the neckline. So that's also a quite interesting a reversal pattern that I like to also identify on the markets. I hope you guys saw that. That's on the daily time frame. Now let's move on to gold. But just before we move on to gold, people who have been watching us for a long time and have been blessed by our content, have or would have liked to enroll in our advanced trading course, but maybe funds were a little bit tight in terms of budget. I'm doing a 48 hours flash sale. That means that you can enroll for our advanced trading course at the limited price of 75% off. That's the biggest we've ever done this year. We only do such specials once a year where we go almost, giving you almost for free for that advanced trading course. It is not just a course, but it also comes with a mentorship Discord where you find like-minded participants that are learning as much as they're learning. Some of them have mastered the concepts, where it's just a caring community where we can trade towards the same objective, which is being financially free. I don't just teach you a concept and leave you. I also nurture you through those concepts and make sure that you have the right mentality going forward. Now, let's go into gold over here as I promised. We're also going to go into the weekly time frame. Now, we've been predicting gold week by week. I mean, we killed it last week predicting those buys. 2 weeks earlier on, we also predicted buys on gold. Now, we're approaching this high here because, as I noted to you, my learned friends, is that it's been playing in a consolidation, right? Even though we're aiming up, or I've been saying we're buying towards this highs has been very important to myself and the audience that has been following along on this trading focused, right? Is that if at least we can break above that, for sure I can look at gold creating a new all-time high all the way at least to the 3,800s over there. I'm gonna go on the daily time frame because the weekly is not having as much information that I wanted to give me. One thing that I like with spikes such as this one over here, where's my highlighter? Then I can just show you what I like, what I'm seeing here on the left when we have a spike. Whenever you're trading and a candle gets to close, sort of to fill in the insufficient prices a spike has created, you must know that it's gonna just continue in that direction that it filled. So we're currently left with just 1 hour to closing this market, almost 1 hour 30 minutes by the time I'm doing this. As we are closing, that means I can be confident we're gonna break out. But I would like to see a breakout to be safe according to the way I trade. I would like to see a breakout, then therefore it slightly breaks into retest such highs, and then we are going higher to create new higher highs. That's what I can look towards gold, and this is negative correlation between it and DXY. If the dollar is weakening, I do expect the gold to actually buy. But given this, I know this not just with experience, but if you study candlesticks, you notice that whenever a candle does that, you must know it has to spike. So you see this candle right here, it created that hammer candle. The next candle, it was just created above it. It didn't close below or sort of close that spike. Um, I just want to make do with what I have here just to show you exactly. Even right here with this candle, maybe many people don't know what is an inverted hammer, but let's say you were supposedly thinking that this market was going to actually buy or to continue going, up the next candle. This candle, as it comes or as it's creating and it closes below or even just at the same level, just know it as that it has invalidated this hammer candle that you had supposedly thought it was a hammer candle. In this case, the market continued lower, then eventually buying. The same thing that I'm sort of expecting is that as this candle closes full full range on gold, we can expect it to even continue going bullish on the month of September. I hope I'm articulating this at my level best, not just articulation, but for you to clearly understand what I mean and understand what I see on the markets for your benefit as well. Now, on Nasdaq, it's been a very interesting one. We've already broken, previous higher highs here, so we're sort of already peaking in our all-time high when it comes to Nasdaq, which has been a good time for the Nasdaq market. Now, of course, we can see the last higher low it created. In fact, if we go to the daily time frame, we can see that last higher low that the market has not broken. So since we have not broken the last higher low, it means one thing for us traders. This indicates that we have not had any indication of bears in the market in terms of long term or for the whole month as we're predicting. So that means I can still keep my eyes towards buying this market. And as I've been saying, I did predict buys. And of course, I think Friday last week, I'm not sure exactly when was that, probably the 28th or the 27th. We did get this market just pulling back. Where was it pulling back? It's pulling back to this nice fair value gap here. So it's literally just touching back onto that, fair value gap demand level that the market created. If it breaks this, for sure, probably we are looking at sells. But as we have not broken it, I can confidently say that we're still looking for buys. Now, it can be a sort of because it can correlate positively with gold, it can negatively correlate with your dollar index. But also Nasdaq has its mind of its own where it breaks the correlation from time to time, but usually a positive correlation between it and gold. So I do anticipate buys based off correlation, but I would exercise caution in terms of not pre-assuming the direction that is already hinting to me. So I'll rather wait for this candle to close to indicate that we're going bullish momentum. Some of you guys, if you really wanted to invalidate this bearish candlestick or engulfing bearish candlestick that has came, you wanted to just close at least about 50% of it, then we know that we're going higher on Nasdaq. Let me know what you think, guys, in the comment section. Let's go into Bitcoin. I have traded Bitcoin. It was amazing. I'm not sure if some of those trade results are gone over here, but yeah, we're trading it quite amazingly on our Discord group. Those who have enrolled for our advanced trading course know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, let's go into the weekly time frame as well. I do like to break down what 4 candlesticks can we get in this coming weeks. Okay, the very same thing as well. I'm seeing a lot of, break of structure here that stands out to me. First thing that I like to do is just map out structure. I don't like to just conclude. Uh, the last higher high, I guess we can take it from here. Last higher high, higher low. We can also see that we also had a break of structure right here as well, just to validate to us that we're still in a bullish trend according to the weekly time frame. Now we are sitting on a nice demand zone on the weekly time frame. Therefore, with this, just by smart money alone, I can say Bitcoin, I do expect it to increase rather in value. Now, in terms of precision of that increase or appreciation of value, of price rather, we can sort of just, make sure that we refine that zone into the daily time frame, and we can actually be using this demand zone. If it breaks it, for sure we're heading into this fair value gaps, taking that higher low that created that demand as liquidity. So I'll just rather be a little bit cautious because the market likes to use zones like sponges or jumping castles. It likes to just go a little bit deeper in before it can bounce back up. So in this case, I do suppose we can be taking this as liquidity, something like this. where we can slightly buy, sell, push back all the way into this fair value gap, and then start buying all the way into those highs and eventually breaking those highs. So I'm looking at this whole scenario taking place or playing out on Bitcoin. Okay, so that's it from me to you, family, in terms of this focused. And if you are a first-time viewer watching this channel, make sure to subscribe, like, and also share this video with your friends and family. And of course, for those who've been following us, or even if you're new yourself and you wanna enroll at such a cheap rate when it comes to our course, 75%, use the coupon code displayed on your screen, or you can just view the pinned comment, follow that link, and apply the coupon on your checkout. So as this video is aired, the 42 hours since it's aired, that's when the flash sale is gonna finish. God bless you. See you on the next video.